to the LuLu community. I'm Michelle and this is LuLu, and today I'm going to go over one of the first things that I'm doing on her. I'm going to be working on some rust spots that she has back here on this back panel. I don't know if you can quite see, but right about here we have a lot of rust, and there's some rust on the panel on the outside as well. That's going to be a little more involved. I am going to have to patch it before I fill it, but let's look at what I'm using today. So I have some garden gloves here. Safety first, really important, but I didn't feel like buying some gloves just for this project, so these should work. They are meant for rose bushes, so they have a little extra protection than your typical run of the day gardening gloves. And then of course some safety goggles that I'm going to be wearing. I actually work for an eye doctor, and I really don't want to have to call him on his day off to say that I got metal in my eye. So important there. And then for sanding, I have an orbital sander. I've heard that it takes out a lot of the work that it's going to take if you sand by hand, but it's not as intense as a grinder, so you're not pitting your steel back here. And then to start out, we're going to use some 40 grit sandpaper. This stuff's adhesive. It's supposed to just stick on the bottom here. I've never used it before, but the people at the parts store say that it's popular, and it's all they had, so that's what I grabbed. And this is going to help take off some of the extra rust that we don't really need. It's going to take off some paint so that we can get a nice surface to put on our rust converter. So next step after that, with rust, it is going to continue to spread if you don't either remove it or convert it. So I have some Permatex rust converter here. It basically goes on and then turns black as it prevents the rust from moving around. So this is going to be step one after we grind it down, and then that's going to make sure that it doesn't keep moving. And then after that, which you were probably not going to get to today necessarily, I have the body patch. So it's a self-adhesive body patch that I have here, and this one is metal. The fiberglass apparently works just as well, but again, this is what they had there, so that's what I grabbed. I have some spreaders here. I'm pretty sure that just spackle knife is going to work just fine as well, but I just picked these up because I've never used Bondo before, so I figured I might as well grab the right tool so I don't have to go back. And then the star of the show, I bought some Bondo, and this is a body filler. So once I get everything sanded down, all the rust converted, we're going to put this on, let it dry a little bit, sand it, let it dry some more so it cures, and then sand it again. And our goal with that is we want it to be a smooth surface. Inside of the van, I'm not necessarily going to paint it. I'm going to put, that's going to be behind a panel. So that's why I wanted to get this done first, because next interior stuff we're going to be doing things like panels and adding cabinets and things like that. So I wanted to get this part done first. So I'm probably not going to paint it here. On the outside though, you want it nice and smooth so that when you do your body paint, that it looks nice and it has a good finish. So that's where we're at. And from there, I'm going to put my safety goggles on and we're going to get started. The adhesive's gonna work. Okay, so I just told you that we were gonna be using the stick-on sanding discs, and that I'd never used them before. Well, when I went to switch out the one that was on my sander with this one, I realized it wasn't gonna work. So I went and got this one. And so this one is going to, it's like Velcro on the bottom of my sander, so this one should work just fine. This one's also a little bit different grit. This one's a 50, the other one was a 40. This one I think is going to work just fine. And then the other piece of information that I did not mention was respiratory safety. So because I'm going to be sanding and grinding metal, and you should do it with anything that you're sanding and grinding, but Okay, so we got a good portion of what we were working on off. So I'm going to take this off for the moment. Okay, so you can see kind of right here some of the spots where the paint's no longer there. That's okay. Ideally we want to get down to bare metal. What I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to clean this whole space, try to get off any rust staining that's superficial. I need to get a shop vac in here down along this bottom space right down here. There's some like chipped rust, which I just need to get rid of that. Clean the area. I'm going to see if I need to sand anymore once it's clean. And then from there we will be able to apply our rust converter. Okay, so we've done a one over on the cleaning. I didn't really have anything with me at the moment, but I did have some of this because we're removing some bumper stickers. So I just threw it on a rag and used Goo Gone to clean as much just kind of rust staining as I could to see what else I needed to do. So we have a pretty good spot now. So I'm actually going to bring in just a block sander so that I can really get in, especially on the parts under here, because it's hard to have the orbital sander kind of upside down. So I'm going to use this to get in some of the smaller spaces. Okay, so I've pretty much finished for right now. Next step is going to be the rust converter, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like right now. So we can see bare metal here, a lot, well, that's actually probably primer. So we can see some bare metal right here, you know, over here. I have some down here and over here. So that's good, that's what we wanted. I did some extra sanding. So I think I have it where I want. I've never done this before, so I'm not positive, but I think it looks pretty good. I cleaned it out. So I'm gonna take some of the rust converter to the top part, and then I'll deal with the bottom part once I get the shop vac. Alright, and that is it for this time. Next time we are going to apply the rust converter, and that's when we will start the Bondo process and getting everything all finished up. So tune in for that episode, but for this time, we're all set. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. You can also find me on abusnamedlulu.com or over on Instagram. Now we have a Facebook page as well. It is also a bus named Lulu. So thank you so much for being part of the Lulu community. See you next time.